Emilio Echevarría, who starred in the James Bond film Die Another Day, has died at the age of 80. He died on Saturday, January 4, and his death was announced by the Mexican Academy of Cinematographic Arts and Sciences yesterday. Echevarría began his acting career nearly half a century ago in 1987. He starred in several blockbuster films and earned 3 Ariel Award nominations, the Mexican equivalent of the Oscars. His breakthrough came in the 1980s when he played roles in Intimidad, Bathroom Intimacy, and Los Pasos de Ana. In 2002, he portrayed Raoul in Die Another Day, an ally to James Bond who was then played by Pierce Brosnan. The film also starred big names such as Halle Berry and Rosamund Pike. Echevarría continued to make his mark in Hollywood, starring in the 2004 film The Alamo by John Lee Hancock and playing a role in the Brad Pitt movie Babel in 2006. The thriller boasted an ensemble cast including Cate Blanchett, Peter Wright, Elle Fanning and Gael Garcia Bernal. The late actor received Ariel Award nominations for his performances in Dying in the Gulf, 1990, A Monster with 1,000 Heads, 2015, and The Chosen, 2018, reports Daily Star. The actor's legacy lives on through his daughter Lourdes Echevarría, who has followed in her father's footsteps and made a name for herself in the Mexican film industry. Tributes have been pouring in from Emilio's fans. One took to social media with a quote from one of his most loved films, Amores Perros, 2000. The fan wrote, "I wanted to compose the world and then share it with you. You must have noticed that I failed," a devastating line from the film. One of the best films in Mexican cinema and one of the best characters too. Rip Emilio Echevarría, the goat from Amores Perros. Another tweeted, "Emilio Echevarría, also known as El Chivo in Amores Perros, has passed away. We will always remember one of the most emblematic performances in Latin American cinema." While a third echoed, "Emilio Echevarría, a top actor, we will always remember you. Now in the light." And a fourth said, "What Emilio Echevarría did in Amores Perros is enormous. One of the greatest performances in the history of our cinema. RIP." The story of James Bond, Code of Light. In a world full of intrigue and crime, Emilio Echevarría's James Bond is a tireless spy, always ready to face any danger. This time, his mission is not as simple as the previous times. The whole world is at risk of being controlled by a global criminal organization called the Empire of Light, with the goal of seizing the most innovative technologies and turning them into weapons of destruction. James Bond, with a cold appearance but always full of determination, has been directed to Mexico, where this organization has a secret base. There, he meets a beautiful and intelligent woman, Maria, a hacker who can break any security system. But when he and Maria get closer to the target, a breathtaking chase takes place. They have to face enemies who are not only physically dangerous but also very intelligent. The story becomes even more tense when Bond discovers that, within the organization the Empire of Light, there is a traitor within the ranks of MI6. With a combination of intelligence, strength and thrilling mind games, Bond must find a way to deal with this traitor, and at the same time take down the organization before it carries out its terrible plan. The final battle takes place in a high-end research center in Mexico, where Bond not only fights the enemy but also has to find a way to destroy a machine in operation, which could change the world forever. With relentless courage and determination, Bond and Maria succeed in bringing down the Empire of Light, but in the last minutes, Bond realizes that the fight against evil will never end. A new light is shining, and James Bond, in the image of Emilio Echevarría, continues his path as a legendary spy. James Bond story, The Code of Light, continued. After a resounding victory at the Advanced Research Center, James Bond still cannot breathe a sigh of relief. The wounds still smolder on his body, but what worries him more is the feeling that the Reign of Light is just a small part of a larger conspiracy that he has not yet been able to decipher. Maria, his trusted companion, has helped him escape from the hands of his enemies, but she also knows that everything is not over. They stand before a new door, leading to a world of crime that no one has dared to explore. Before leaving Mexico, Bond receives a secret letter with no sender's name, but the message on it is extremely clear. You have defeated them, but do not forget who is behind the darkness. This makes Bond think a lot. He begins to connect the pieces together and realizes that the Reign of Light organization does not operate alone. In fact, they are agents of an even larger secret organization called the Dark Road. This is a group that has influence all over the world, from wars, political crises to regime overthrows. Their ultimate goal is to create a chaotic world where they can have absolute power. The next journey takes Bond and Maria to Berlin, where one of the important leaders of the Dark Road is none other than Victor Zorin, a dangerous criminal that MI6 has been pursuing for many years. Zorin has a gentle appearance but is extremely cunning, with dark plots always hidden under sophisticated covers. He runs a technology company, but in fact, it is just a front to hide the activities of trading weapons of mass destruction. To approach Zorin, Bond must carry out a bold strategy. He infiltrates a high-class party in Berlin, where Zorin will appear. Together with Maria, they change their appearance and blend into the crowd, looking for evidence that can bring down this criminal. But as always, things never go as planned. At the party, Bond runs into an old friend, Elena, a KGB agent who has turned to working for international criminal organizations. She is a beauty but also a snake in sheep's clothing. Elena quickly recognizes Bond, and instead of helping him, she decides to betray him. A tense chase takes place in the luxurious building. Among expensive paintings and cold stone walls, Bond must fight with those he once trusted. Finally, Bond and Maria have important information. Victor Zorin and the Dark Path are planning to launch a nuclear weapons system, which could threaten the stability of all of Europe. To prevent this disaster, Bond must confront Zorin directly in a bloody battle. Zoran has prepared a perfect plan, with snipers and high-tech equipment protecting him all around. But Bond, with his ability to overcome challenges and the agility of a veteran spy, finds a way to defeat Zoran. In a dramatic confrontation, Bond destroys the nuclear weapons system, the station. However, in the last moment, when it seems that victory is his, Maria is assassinated right before Bond's eyes by a mysterious gunman, someone he has never met before. That is when Bond realizes that the dark path has many other faces, and his war has only just begun. With a determined gaze and a heart that is not easily defeated, Emilio Echevarría's James Bond continues to walk, in the darkness of a world full of intrigue and danger. The mission is not over, and the road ahead promises to be even greater challenges.